Hello there, and welcome. So, in this particular tutorial, as with most of the tutorials that we do as part of this course, I'm going to teach you how to create a specific type of video that has a potential of going viral. Now, if you are aware of such content, such as ASMR videos, there is a way that you can create ASMR videos using AI instead of the regular way, which was do it manually. So, generally speaking, how AI or ASMR channels worked in the past, there had to be like somebody behind the channel, a face behind the channel, and they generally need to decide on what topic to talk about. Sometimes they just do like sounds and with movements with their hands and so on and so forth in an effort to help the person who's watching the videos sleep better. But with the advent of AI, you can right now you can create a model. Okay, you can create your own model, and you can use that model or that character to create consistent videos called AI ASMR videos. Now there are a lot of types, and which is why I gotta show you some examples right here. Now, I'm searching in Google for the AI lava ASMR. This was popping and it's still popping. Okay. And here are some examples. So, for instance, here we have an example of a lady eating a molten lava or whatever that is. But that's actually, it's just an AI video. But people love to see those kinds of videos for a pretty weird way or in a pretty much I don't really understand why, but this is working. Okay. This is a working type of video. Now, let's just check this one out. This video has like 31,000 comments. So, when a video reaches that much comments, you could tell, right, that is going to be like crazy views. Okay. So, I mean, it's mostly going to have like millions and millions of views for the most part. Now, as you can see, this is what the video looks like. I don't want to I don't want to play the sound of the video for some copyright because sometimes they have like music and I want to make sure that I avoid the copyright issues. Now here you can see that this is what the videos kind of look like. And there's plenty of them. There's a plethora of these videos out there and because they're working, okay? All right, so here for example, this creator it's called Leilani Kovac. And all this stuff is this is an AI creator or what you call an AI character. Okay, and so as you can see, it has a name, has an image, which they created mostly using AI, and their videos are doing pretty well. Right, so their top video had like 24 million views. Like they have 2.1 million likes, which is tremendous, and 80 or 68,000 followers, which is tremendous for an AI channel, right? And I would say that they're also maybe a program that kind of teaches people how to achieve these types of videos as well. But these are not the only types of videos that exist. I mean, some people do videos such as lava ASMR soup or noodles. Some people go as far as creating like these crazy animations of like a gothic lava ASMR video. Some people do the blonde ASMR characters. This one actually, this one is still it's still AI. Now, when you look at it, you think, oh well, that's real because the image looks real. I'll show you how you can create real images. By the way, this image, as real as it looks, but you can do a realer or a more realistic image than that one because these ones here, as real as they look, they're too perfect. Okay, they are too perfect. As opposed to that, this image looks real because it has that it's not perfect. You can see that there are some imperfections which make it look real. Now, and of course, there's a lot. These AI cubes for some reason they seem to be like the hype. Everybody is creating these videos and everybody likes to watch them for some reason. And I'll show you how you can do it. Now this one has went as far as like creating a molten lava, pretty much a donut video. These ones as well, they can be quite successful, like some lava ASMR stretching. These ones are also very, very, very cool. I'm pretty sure that you've seen a bunch of these videos if you've been watching YouTube for the past 6 months. And these videos are the concept of these videos is like to create like some images of some fruits, but made of glass. And they're basically cut on camera using AI, using mostly it's VO3, but I'll show you that you can use some other tools. These tools can be equally as good as VO3, if not even better. All right, so these are just some examples. Of course, there's a bunch of other examples. Like this one is crazy because the cube is huge. Okay, so on and so forth. And if we just keep scrolling down, you see a plethora of ideas, and this should give you a lot of ideas. Okay, like here, for example, the cutting of lava cake or lava bread. I think I cannot make my mind whether there is cake or bread, whatever that is. Again, these ones, the cutting fruits made of glass, is also pretty fantastic. It drives a lot of views, and it's also considered an ASMR type video, and it's very relaxing. Okay, so this is the type of videos that we're going to create today. Okay, if you didn't know, now you know. Now these are, of course, these are lava videos, but if you search AI ASMR, then you'll notice that there's not just lava videos, there's all kinds of videos. Like, I mean, some people are going as far as creating videos of, eating insects, all right? Which is kind of hilarious. I don't know who watches that, but there seems to be like a market for that as well. And there's a lot. But the lava one is pretty fantastic. The keyboard one is also was pretty popping back in the day. I'm not sure how it is right now, but fruit keyboards, like these very impressive fruit keyboards or stuff like this also can work, like juicy fruit keyboards. And if you create like a short video of a juicy fruit keyboard, it seems to be like a very, very cool niche. But before we delve into the strategy on how you can create these videos, let me just go and search on YouTube just so that you can see how successful these videos can be on YouTube as well. Now, mind you, that you can post the same videos on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can post across multiple platforms just so that you can benefit from all these platforms together. If I was you, that's what I would do. So, for example, right here, this is YouTube. So, after using the keyword AI Lava ASMR, we already have one video at 6.7 million views. And there are other videos that have made like a lot more, right? This one is 4.8 and it's doing nothing but ranking AI ASMR videos and so on and so forth. And now this one is insane. 174 million. Now let me just check this channel out because it seems like a concept that I could probably teach in some of the lectures. They have very low amount of subscribers for the amount of views that they got from that video. But then again, I think that they just got extremely lucky with this video here. All right. So that tells you that you can get hugely lucky. And these videos are also made with AI, by the way. Okay, so it's not like but 174 million, that could easily translate to like a $15,000 in terms of revenue or even more. So, just bear in mind that that is what he probably took home with an AI generated video, and so on and so forth. So I don't need to keep proving the point here. Now you know what you're up. This one is a real one. This is a YouTuber, is Patrick Zanoli. So he's basically just watched a bunch of videos, ASMR videos, and he just decided to make like a real lava, or fake lava, but looks real. Okay. So without further ado, let us jump straight to it, shall we? So here I saw an image that was pretty impressive to me, but we'll start soft. Okay, instead of starting really strong, we're gonna start very soft. So you see this image right here. This is what I'd like to use as a base image. Okay. Now, what a base image is an image that you use as a base to create another image. So right here, I shall copy this particular image, and I'll go to Gemini, but at the same time, I'm also going to show you how you can do this with Sora. So if I go to not Sora, but Grok. In Gemini, I'm going to activate the Pro version, also the Nano Banana tool, and I'm going to paste the image. But in the meantime, I should like to open Grok because I think Grok can also do a tremendous job. And also it's for mostly for free. For people that really don't have the means to pay for the pro plan of Google Gemini, you can use Grok. So for instance, here, I'm going to click on create an image again because it removes it when you move from tab to tab. And what I'm going to say based on this image, create a similar one of an Asian K-pop attractive lady with makeup eating lava cubes. Image size is, now because this is mostly for shorts, I'm going to try to optimize for shorts. So I would like to go for like a 2 by 3. Okay. 2 by 3 inches, because that is the closest to 9 by 16, but I don't want to go directly for 9 by 16. Now let me copy this particular prompt and I'll paste it right here in Grok. So the only thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to repeat the same request that I've inputted in Gemini. And I also need to like add the image, the same image, but I'm going to be specific this time. Let's say based on the image attached, create a similar realistic one of an Asian K-pop star, so on and so forth. Now notice that it did the trick, except for the Asian K-pop star doesn't look like she's very special. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, she's very pretty, okay? But when you want to get a lot of views, you have to try to like play on certain things, and one of them is the best you could do is to make the character as quirky as possible. And so, therefore, right here, instead of just the regular haircut or hairstyle, I'm going to say her hair should be green and pink colored. She should also have black lipstick and red or red eyelashes, whatever, and a lot of makeup. So in other words, we're not just creating a character like a regular character, but a character that will make people stop to see because of how quirky the character is. Now notice that this is the version of Google of Grok. Now with Grok, you can't expect it to really generate a 2 by 3 image unless you add an image that's a 2 by 3. So generally it will just edit the image that you provided, but it will keep it the same size as the image that you provided. A a rule of thumb, what you can do about this, if you want to make your image a 2 by 3, then you could just do this. You could go to Canva and you could just create a project like as a 2 by 3. You could put the image, but you're going to sacrifice some image detail as you're scaling. Now, notice that this is the result of our latest prompt, which is fine. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing but in a new Grok tab. Since here in Gemini, I have a 2 by 3 image. So therefore, I could just paste this image right here in Grok. I'm sorry, in Grok, not in the Imagine section. Like always, keep going to the Imagine section. The Imagine is for imagining. Okay, it's when you want to generate a video. We don't want to generate a video yet. As of now, we're just concentrated on generating the image. Now, I'm going to repeat the same thing, and I would like to generate this image with Grok instead. And the reason is because Grok has much better quality images, far more upscaled images at a higher quality, and also very quirky. Okay. And you can see here that this is what I'm talking about. So there is a difference. This one is better. Okay. These ones, both of them are better, much better quality. You can see here, this one is not so bad. I'm not going to lie, but it's pixelized, I can tell. But on the other hand, these ones, they look supremely real, and there's not a lot of pixelization, so that pixelization effect is not there. So now, if you like this image, what you can do is you could just click it and you could download it, and after this, we can make an animation. All right. Now, the number one tool that mostly is used for these animations, these ASMR animations, is Google VO3. So particularly if you go to Google Gemini, you can use Google VO3 inside of Google Gemini. Now I'm going to activate the pro version of Gemini. I'm also going to click on create a video so that it can activate VO3. And then what you can do You can either drag and drop your image like this, or you can click to upload it. And then you can basically describe the animation. So in this case, what we want is we want this lady right here to look like she's eating lava, juicy lava cubes. So I'm going to say ASMR video of a beautiful, beautiful K-pop artist eating juicy lava cubes. She's enjoying the taste. Okay. In the meantime, there is another tool that is very cost friendly, and it's called Grok. So if you go to grok.com, there is the Imagine option in the tool, and that enables you to just copy paste an image or drag and drop it. So I'm going to drag and drop the image, and then after you do it, you can add like a custom prompt right here. And if you hit the submit request, it will generate like a close to a 7 second. It used to be just 5.8, but recently this week I noticed that it jumped to like 7 seconds in terms of how much the video length is, which is very good. Now this is Google Gemini. It's actually working on using Google VO3 to generate the video. By the way, you can generate up to 3 videos for free using Google Gemini using VO3, which is very good if you want to basically respect a budget, or if you have a specific budget. And then there's also Sora. Now, Sora is for the most part also for free for 30 generations a day. So you can generate 30 videos a day, up to 15 seconds per video. This one by far is one of the best. And the reason that I'm saying this is because it's very cost effective. And plus, I have a way of removing the watermark. I can remove the watermark using an easy method of mine. But before trying and attempting Sora 2, which I know that it might not work in so many cases because they have added so many policy restrictions in the previous months. So it has been almost impossible for me to deal with Sora 2, even though from time to time it's able
stay calm under pressure.
do.
You want to know the secret? It's simple. Keep your head high, stay calm under pressure, and never let them see you sweat. Confidence isn't loud, it's steady. So whatever comes at you,
All right.
take
By
a
the way, I'm not a Top G fan or whatever that is, but I'm just trying to show you some of the things that.
All right, be honest. How does it feel?
It's solid, man. Like really solid. It feels super real.
Is it heavy?
Kinda, yeah. Just enough. It makes me feel like Thor, though.
That's not real. That's just a fake video I created for the purpose of promoting Thor's hammer. It's for a YouTube video, but here, like I said, they've added so many restrictions. We'll try to use it to generate the video. If it doesn't work, then I'm just gonna quit on Sora because we still have Google VO3 and Google Gemini. So here we have Google VO3 and Grok, by the way. So now this is good. I like this. I like it so much. I think it did a pretty fantastic job. Now, if you want to like create a long form video of this, let me show you how. But first, let me upscale this video. I'm gonna come back to Grok in a second to show you how you can do a consistent long video to show like a video of her eating the entire thing. Now here, it only generated like a 7 second clip, but if I want, I can go as far as generating an entire like 30 second, 40 second video of this using a secret method that I've developed. But before this, I should like to copy the prompt and place it right here for future use. And as I said, you upscale your video for before downloading it because it gives like a HD quality, and then you can hit the download button. Then, now I'm going to click to go. Now I'm going to go back to Grok in a second, but here, this is VO3's version of it, right? I can download the video so that I can watch it full screen. This is VO3's version. Let's click. It's good as well. Not as good as I would say not as good as Grok, but it's pretty good. And it's pretty expensive, but it is what it is. Now, in the meantime, I could just try giving Sora 2 a chance, even though I'm quite sure it's probably not going to generate the scene for us. Now, usually you need to go for like a landscape, not landscape, a portrait size, and then you use a prompt to kind of generate the video. I would be surprised if it does generate. There was a time when it was first introduced, it was able to do anything. You could have asked Sora to generate the craziest animations and it would have done so. But now is so restrictive. Now, in order to generate like a longer video with Grok, you need to take that video you first generated, and you need to do this one trick. If only this video shows, you can see that it's kind of getting slower sometimes, especially in moments when you need it to not be. All right. So if I move to the end of this video, now let me just pause. Pause. I need to be moving to the end of the video. So this is the last frame of the video. I'm going to right click and copy that video frame, then go back to Imagine and paste that same video frame that was like the ending frame for that first video. And the ending frame for the first video will be the starting frame for our second video. And of course, to make things consistent, I'm going to add the same exact prompt that I added to animate the first video. I'm also going to go and delete that VO3 video from my computer because it's just taking space. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it even one bit. Okay. I think that Grok did a much better job and it's very cost effective. Let's go back to Sora here. I'm just kind of hoping that it just
You want to know the
generates
secret?
enough with the top G, not interested. Okay, so, and also another interesting thing about Grok is that it's super fast. Now here's the second video. So we just started where we left off, and you can see that she's gonna eat a little more. Now she's gonna grab the other one, and I can just continue until I finish the entire cubes. Okay, and I think people would love that more because it's more like it's a bigger video, and it shows more detail. Now, once you upscale like your second video, you can download it, and in the same process, you repeat the same process. You move to the end of this second video, and the cursor should be right here. And then you copy that video frame and go back to another Imagine, and you paste the video frame. Now, Grok is really underrated, by the way. Okay, and a lot of people are just criticizing it. But to be honest with you, I'm gonna say something right here. Grok is amazing. I love this tool. Okay, I would even put it above ChatGPT in terms of practicality and in terms of if you really want to get things done, use Grok. Okay, it will get things done. It doesn't have so many restrictions, so many policies, so much stuff that restricts you. It's the complete tool, to be honest. I think it just needs some tweaks. If they manage to get like a tool that generates images similar to the Google Nano Banana tool, if they can get as powerful as Nano Banana, I think that all the other AI tools are just gonna get blown out of the water. Okay, to be honest, because this tool is just amazing. Let nobody tell you that this is a bad tool. No, you shouldn't use it. All right, so this is I think that this is the animation. All right, let's just watch. All right, so it's slowly but surely we're kind of getting in there. So slowly but surely, kind of getting into the point where she's gonna finish eating all the cube. And I'll show you a simple trick on how you can assemble all these videos in Canva. If you don't like using CapCut, of course, I can show you how you can do this in Canva. And by the way, if the video size is 2x3, it's also okay because you can upload a 2x3 video to YouTube Shorts and it will still get uploaded as a YouTube short. Okay. And it's actually sometimes even better because a 2x3 is optimized for phone as well as computer. Okay. Now, some people even go as far as uploading like a 4x5 video, and because they want to optimize more for the computer rather than the phone. But I would recommend that you optimize all your videos for make them long form, okay? Not long videos like high in terms of the height, just so that they cover the phone, because most people are watching content on phone right now. Let nobody tell you that people are watching on a computer. Most people are watching shorts on phone. That's how short form content is consumed. Now, right here, I'm going to move to the end of the video. Okay, so she's already eating. And I'm going to copy this video frame. So there's only 2 little cubes left right there. And, we can just keep going until we finish the entire cubes. And at the same time, that just makes the short more consistent, more like a story rather than an 8-second, very quick snapshot. This one shows a process of really this lady eating all the cubes slowly but surely. All right. Now,
So
I don't like this one because basically the cubes were added like automatically there. So I'm gonna try to re regenerate, let it let it work on it again because as you can see, that one was not good because we don't want things to magically appear. Even though this is AI, it's true, but we want to make it look like it's real, and we want to, conform to the laws of physics, not live in an alternate universe where there is no laws of physics, and so on and so forth. Okay, so here we go. Well, that's not good. So here's the thing: ASMR video, no sound. I'm gonna try another prompt because in this one she was not grabbing anything with the chopsticks. In the initial image, there is nothing. She's supposed to be chewing, and she's supposed to grab like another cube, and she's supposed to eat another cube. That's what's supposed to happen. But in my prompt here, I'm mentioning the juicy lava cubes, so that kind of alters the image or alters the video. Now here, this one is not good at all. So what I'm going to say, she's chewing. Right, she chews and then takes or picks up the lava cube and then picks up a juicy lava cube with the chopsticks to eat. Let's try this one again, because now what these AI tools for the most part try to do is they try to look at the image, analyze it, find the best way to animate. Now, by the way, that last video is not so bad because it should also tell you that in case you're maybe trying to do like an AI ASMR channel showcasing a lady doing makeup in shorts, you can, okay? You can. With an image, as long as the image doesn't have any cubes or anything, you could do it. Now, to be honest, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to take this one, and I'm gonna make this one as the last one. Okay. So let me just upscale this video. I could like make a last frame. Now let me copy the video frame, and for the last frame, I could say, see, she just finished eating. She just finished eating, and in Japanese, she says, "Thank you for watching." Okay, making it seem like she's a Japanese lady. And as I said, I mean, I'm not a makeup guy, obviously. This is not my field. But if you're a female and you're watching this video, then you can, instead of just the lava ASMR, you can do like the makeup stuff. Now, how about this? I can show you, like some example, because I think that I owe you one. All right. Okay. So here we go. Now we have this image. Now this is a pretty good, nice image, nice model. I'm going to click on create an image, pro, paste the image right here. I'm going to say edit the image and remove all the cubes and everything. Make it look like she's a makeup artist. Okay. So, and I'm going to go back to Grok because I think that my last video should be.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。
Yep, well, that's pretty good as a last video. So let's just download this after I upscale, of course. I don't know what she said. Maybe she didn't even say the Japanese word. I'm gonna be sorry to anybody who's Japanese and watching.
ご視聴ありがとうございまし
I
た。
don't really understand Japanese. So if she said anything that's not Japanese, then I'm sorry. Now here I'm gonna go and click on Canva just to show you how you can assemble the videos, because I understand that a lot of people don't like to use I don't know what happened here, but I was supposed to download way more videos. For some strange reason, I didn't even download, like, what is going on? Okay, so I'm gonna have one because it seems like all right, so let's continue the process. All right, so actually, the video was kind of cut off in one very important part. So after generating all of those ASMR videos, in case you want to combine all of them into like a big video, you can use Canva. So how you do this is you create like an image, not an image, like a custom size project at a 2x3, since we went for a 2x3 size. And once you've done so, you create like 6 pages, and in each page goes in respective order. Now, to basically ensure that your videos are in exact order, you can sort them out by date modified in a particular file, and then here you have all the videos that you're going to use. Now, once you put every video in Canva, you can just go ahead and rescale the videos to fit the screen itself, and then you can just watch. This is what it looks like.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。
All right. So if you like that video, you can click on the share button and you can download it at whichever quality you like. If you want to optimize for large screens, you go for the highest pixel ratio. But for me, it's just like the medium is optimized for social media, and then you can download that video. Assuming, of course, that you want to download it. Now, again, there is another type of video that you can create. Once you create like an image of, let's just say, you create like a character, like a consistent character. Like in this case, this is the same character we used in the ASMR video, and you can use a picture, for instance, to generate a video like this in Grok. By basically just adding the picture with a prompt. Like in this case, I'm saying time lapse of a Korean artist applying incredibly beautiful gothic makeup. And as you can see, that turned out pretty smooth. And again, you can use that trick of copying the last frame of the video and using it as the start frame of your second video, so on and so forth. And you can also use Sora to create an ASMR video, as well as you can use
Take a
Sora
fluffy brush,
to
swirl
create
it in a warm blush, and
like a
pat it right
makeup
along the highest point of your cheekbone. Small circles
ASMR
forward. This keeps the
video,
face lifted and soft. Sweep a bit across the bridge of the nose
or
for that
like an
sun-kissed glow.
ASMR video like this one. All right.
It tastes like sweet roasted caramel with a little heat at the end. Melts right away.
All right. And of course, to remove the watermark off of it, you need to post your video and then get the share link and input your video into a tool like Bilo AI, in which case that can remove the watermark off of your Sora video in case you want to use Sora for that. I hope that I make myself clear. Okay, so right now is the time for us to move to another type of content. Now, another thing I'd like to point out, use a female model instead of a male model as your character, because the female models are mostly very calming. Female presence has this calming thing about it. And for the most part, that's what's successful right now. So you have to focus on that. Now, assuming that you want to like do something different, okay, you could. Now, for instance, instead of just like a model eating, I don't know, eating lava, you can make it like a short like a short of a model eating like lava noodles, for example. That can also work pretty well. So, for example, right here we have this particular picture. I can use it. It's a TikTok video, but that's the thumbnail for that video. So I could potentially use this, and I can use a tool like Grok, for example, or instead of Grok, I'm going to use Gemini. Here, I'm going to click on create an image. Instead, I'm going to go with the pro version, and then I should like to just paste that image there. Now, once I pasted the image, I could say something such as edit the image, change the model to an Asian or to a Korean attractive gothic K-pop star with green and blue hair and black lipstick and makeup. She's eating lava noodles instead. In which case, it will proceed on to generate an image for us. Remember that you can also utilize Grok for this. So I'm going to try Grok as well. You have to be on a new chat, and then you can paste the prompt. You could go and get the image that you used. I'm going to get a better quality image like this one. And then right here, I could like paste the image. As far as the character is concerned, it's up to you to choose whichever like character or model that you want to use for your stuff. In my case, it just so seems like, or it just so happens that I have a like I like quirky characterizations. Okay, I think that they do much better. Now here is Grok's version. It's not so bad, but it's not a fork. She's using like a spoon still. So what I could say here, I could say change the spoon to a fork. And then here as well, I could say like change the spoon to a fork or into a fork. Now notice that there is a difference between the image generated by Gemini and Grok. The Gemini one looks much more real, but the Grok one looks very peculiar. It's up to you to choose whichever you like, but I'm going to go for Gemini just in this particular case here, okay? So this is the results. Okay, so this is good. Now, assuming that you want to transform this into like a video, again, remember that you can use like Grok. The prompts should not be very complicated. Like you can just say ASMR video of Gothic, K-pop, Korean star eating lava noodles, no voiceover, no music, and then you can hit the submit button on that. Now this prompt, because it can prove to be particularly valuable, you could try to like paste it somewhere where it's preserved and you can find it again. And then you can also use like Sora 2 to do the same job by just pasting the image, and then you could just like copy that prompt as well, and you could generate like a 15-second Sora video at portrait style after you hit the generate button. I'm not so sure that it might go and do it because sometimes there might be like some issues, but generally speaking, it should proceed to do that with no issue. So Grok takes no time, right? And its videos are really good. I like them. Now, as far as I'm concerned, if I was you, I would like upscale the video first, then download it. Again, as a rule of thumb, in order to expand your video, you could just go to the last frame of the first video. You could copy that video frame, and onto a new Imagine tab, you can paste that second image, and then you can use the same exact prompt to kind of like create the second scene, which would be like the extension of the first scene by default. And that's how you do it. And of course, you create like multiple ones, you assemble them at the end. Now let's move on to create these types here. These types of videos are also pretty fantastic. I'm not going to do a strawberry. I'm going to do like more like what you call it, like a crystal, what's it called? It's like a fruit. Right, crystal kiwi ASMR. I think that's also a pretty fantastic type of video to create. All right, so this is the second, like the completion of the first frame. And as I said, you can continue to do this, so on and so on and so forth. All right. Now, Sora 2 is going to generate a 15-second video clip right off the bat for you. So it's going to be super fast. Well, not super fast because it's going to be super compact. Now, as far as other styles of ASMR videos, let's do a couple of others since this is like a workshop just to achieve this. You could try to change the model like into like a beautiful American lady as well. I'm kind of into that. And you could try to make it a little quirkier than that. So for instance, here I have an example. It's an African American lady, but you could do it in a way that is particularly quirky. So for example, here I can turn her into like a K-pop star. So now let's just click here. What I can do is I can say edit the hair into red and white hair, long hair, and her eye color should be green. Okay. Now, in this case, we're kind of modifying. By the way, this is definitely an AI video, all right? Or not. I don't think it's an AI video. I think this is a real character. Her name is Tyla, seems like. But I can make her into a different character. Like this, for example, this might be like a fake AI character. I'm not sure. It looks real. But you can see that for the most part, these AI videos, they try to make the character as quirky as possible, like as different as possible. So here, now it's like a different character. Now I can change her makeup just so that I can add like my own touch. I can say she should have gothic makeup. And then if you are also into like long form ASMR videos, you could do them as well. All you need is like a long form image, like a longer image in terms of the width. And then you could, based off of that, you could generate an ASMR video like that if that's what you want to do. Then obviously you can go ahead and do it. I'm gonna try Sora for this, but as you can see, it's still working on this. Well, she should have like actually gothic makeup, but they change her skin completely. I'm gonna say black makeup, black lipstick, and blue eyelashes. Okay, but I would like her skin to stay the same. I'm actually, this skin is my preference, to be honest. For this, this character would be really really interesting as a model to use for ASMR videos. Okay, I always like to go for like Asian K-pop star or like African American with very particular hair and makeup. Now here, this is an example of a video. It's very consistent. I'm not gonna lie, but those noodles look very delicious. Okay, so here, as you can see, this is edited. And so I could copy this right here and go into like Sora. For this one, I'm gonna have to go for like a landscape size video since it's a landscape video. And then I could just click generate or create a video without doing pretty much anything else. Because Sora has been programmed by millions and millions of YouTube videos, or Sora 2. So it already like knows, just based on the image, it knows what this is about. It will know that this is an ASMR video, okay? And so it will surprise you, right? Sora 2 will surprise you as to like how crazy their videos are. Like for example, here, let me show you some videos that I generated just purely based on the image, no prompt whatsoever, just the image itself. Like for example, where is it? The lion. There's a lion video I created, like this one. This one was just like an image, and it just turned it into a video.
Copy that, Mark. We're
for you.
watching. Hold tight.
They're getting curious, really pressing on it. The big male's on top. I can feel the weight. Just keep the vehicle close, yeah?
We're right here. Hang in there.
Okay. So this is Mark.
Right. So as you can see, that is very, very realistic. Now it seems like the last one was rejected for some reason. I don't know why. It says nudity, erotic content. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe interpreted like something that I don't understand. But if you want, you can use Grok. It will most definitely like do a good job of this. So you could say AI or ASMR mukbang, ASMR mukbang, no voiceover, no music. And then you can hit submit. And of course, Grok is going to enable you to generate like a lot more scenes. You can extend and extend and extend and extend until you have a longer form video that you're satisfied with. And long form videos kind of tend to do better in terms of how much you can get paid. Not how many views. You can't expect a long form video to get a lot more views than a short, because shorts will usually get, a lot more views than long form videos. But they just gotta have to do something about the pay. You gotta have to make them worth a while. Here, notice this. So Grok didn't have any issues generating a video for us, unlike Sora 2. but it's okay. Now, again, as I said, let's move on to a different type of video this time. Okay, so that cutting objects or cutting things. So here we have this. It's a pretty cool example to use, but since I'm trying to do like a 9 by 16 one, I'd like to do use a 9 by 16 image. Now this is a close-up, which is ideal, to be honest. I think close-up is ideal. I like this one. So I shall copy this and I'll go to Google Gemini. And if I click on create an image, use Pro, I'm going to say modify this image. I need the strawberry to be a glass kiwi. Okay, so all I'm going to do is to really modify the strawberry into like a glass kiwi. And then it's so easy to create like a cutting of that, especially since we have Grok. You can also try using Google VO3. It does a pretty good job as well. But ever since I found Grok, I usually rely on it as well because it's very cheap. I can generate as many videos as I like. Now over here, this is a kiwi, but it shouldn't be a cut kiwi. A glass shiny, uncut, whole kiwi. So it did generate the video, but the kiwi was kind of sliced, and I don't like the kiwi. I don't like it to be a sliced kiwi. I want the entire fruit, but it's a glass fruit. Okay, it's just like a prop. And that sound from the glass being cut seems to be like calming for some people. That's why these videos are watched. Some people find pleasure in watching these videos for some reason. And again, you don't need to understand why. You just need to understand that this stuff works. So if I copy this, I can head to Grok, for instance. I can paste the image, and I could easily say like this. I could say ASMR. So I'll say ASMR cutting of a glass kiwi, no voiceover, no music. And I can hit the submit button, which case it's going to proceed. And again, as I said, it's always a good practice to copy that prompt and paste it somewhere else where you can find it. Because once you get like the first video, assuming that you want to generate like even more, you can just have that prompt on the ready. And at the same time, you could also copy the same exact image, add it to Sora 2. And Sora 2 will most likely, in this one, it will mostly generate a video, because this is absolutely nothing that can trigger the guardrails of whatever guardrails those may be. If these tools have any doubt about your images, they will mostly reject to generate your videos. If they have any doubt, like here they're saying this might violate our guardrail with this, and even though my image has nothing to do with that, but it still triggered the tool in that sense. Now, I want you to notice how cool this is. I don't like that cut. So I'm going to add something like smooth cutting of a solid crystal. Instead of glass, I'm going to say crystal kiwi in half. I'm going to see if this prompt is going to work. If it works, then I could use it to generate even more. For all I care, you could switch the kiwi with a banana. You could switch it with a mango. You could switch it with a watermelon. Whatever fruit you want to switch it with, you just got to ask Google Gemini to do it for you. Like, for example, I can go back here and I can say switch the fruit with a crystal pineapple. Okay, in which case now it's going to be very productive, because on the same chat you could generate multiple images, and you could generate like multiple scenes based off of these images, and you can diversify, like create a video with not just one fruit being cut. You can create like multiple fruits being cut into one video, and that might end up getting a little more attraction for you, if you might consider that. Though nothing is, I mean, nothing is 100% guaranteed. I don't like this one because it cut it in like multiple parts, even though there's only one kiwi and it's uncut. So, I don't like that. I also could have removed like that VO3 logo from the bottom there. Now here, instead of a pineapple, a crystal pineapple, I'm gonna say a pineapple because it had like usually crystal has the crystal color. I don't know. I don't really know what's happening here. Cutting of a solid crystal kiwi. Instead of half, like I'm gonna say crystal kiwi slice. No voiceover. Okay, so let's do this instead. Like instead of cutting it in half, I could just ask it to like just cut it. Now here it says I can't make this image. All right, well, whatever.
A bit
So it seems like sometimes these tools can be very, very weird. You could try to find a way to work around that by starting a new chat, by refreshing your browser. But these tools are known to kind of get into these like moments where it's called AI hallucination. All right. So it's very popular thing. But here we have like the Sora 2 version of it. I think it's slightly better, to be honest. Yep. And it's a longer video, so maybe you want to use that one instead. But I must insist that Grok can also do a pretty fine job. Now, this time it did a pretty good job. And again, as I said, you can just continue on and on. All right. So now, as far as what else can we do? No, there's a lot that we can do, really. A lot of niches. Like, for example, here we have like lava. What is this? That's like um, these are like lava donuts. So you know how to create the image and then you know how to animate it. So really, it's all about your choice. But I think that this tutorial is pretty complete, in my opinion. I think that I've done a pretty good job. And that's it for this tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next side hustle. Passive Income Gen Z wishing you the best and signing out.